What are we saying? We're supposed to say.
Well, this is Arielle.
Hi,
Randall,
guys.
and this is for the Jews for Jesus Australia YouTube channel.
Okay.
And they like to pray. All the people who subscribe to us like to pray for the folks. So we've been interviewing different staff here. We're in San Francisco. We're in the back of the hospitality house. And what role do you play here in Jews for Jesus land?
Well, I work at our headquarters here in San Francisco, and I'm part of our communications leadership team.
So anything that's communicated out comes to you and comes out from you.
Art and print and digital and appeals and letters and...
So anything that we say, it's got your voice in it.
Well, not quite.
Not
but,
yet.
But we're trying to be cohesive in what we share with people.
What's the biggest block for you? I mean, you were raised in a Messianic Jewish home in New Jersey?
New York, New Jersey.
Same thing. To an Australian, those are the same thing.
Yeah.
And when you think of communicating the gospel or communicating our vision or the desire to share the good news with Jewish people, what's the biggest hindrance in the Jewish world or in your world or in the Christian world to doing that?
Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. I think for people my age, I think people they kind of want to just check out everything and they don't really want to commit. So that's the thing. Like, I've talked to lots of people who have shared the gospel and they're like, wow, that's amazing.
But not for me.
Like, I don't really want to change anything about my life. So I think that's the hardest thing is like that people, you know, they don't even care so much what's the truth, whatever, because it's all like, well, I'm exploring.
And your story's as valid as his story. So one of the biggest hindrances would be the postmodern narrative. Everybody's story is as valid as everybody else, so there's no real truth. There's no singular truth, no absolute truth. How do we communicate through that, how should we say, that wall, that filter? How do we get through that to people?
Yeah, I mean, I think on some level, like, part of the gospel is just that, like, people have to accept you have to accept the bad news before you can even hear the good news. So people realizing like that they are a sinner, that they are in need of truth or in need of spiritual healing. And I think a lot of that just has to do with like God working in someone's life. So I think a lot of it is like we pray that God works and then we're ready for the people that have reached that point where they know there's bad news and I need to find the good news, and then we're ready like with the good news.
Yeah.
Looking for them.
What's the most exciting aspect of your work just now? You're on the cusp of what? Or
oh, man.
You're on the backside, or you're just at the top of a crest, you know. Pardon all these surfing terms.
Yeah, I know.
But you know,
I love it.
What are you looking for? I mean, you're a mother, you're a wife. What's the most you're right on the cusp of something. What do you
Well, what I'm really excited about is just that in Jews for Jesus, we're really going through sort of like a digital renaissance where we're really starting to have a vision for how can we online, have resources that people are looking for when they're spiritually open, and then, find those people and really bring in a harvest of seeds that have been spread all over the world, but then, Jewish people find us when they're really, really open. They find us online. So I'm excited.
They find us, but then what?
Well, and that's what we're working on now, is really creating like the next frontier in evangelism, where we can connect with people online and then give them tools for discipleship, give them tools to help them connect with a local church or a local Messianic community. And so I feel like that's what I'm on the cusp of, is like this like vision for online evangelism that really coming together.
The giant digital library of stuff.
Well, we have a lot of stuff,
Oh.
but a lot of it was written before the internet, a lot of our best stuff. So some of it has to be rethought through for, Google and these different things, like making sure that people find the right resources.
So when you pray for Arielle, you want to pray for her wisdom in sorting through a mountain of information,
Yeah.
to be able to narrow it down not in some blocked way, but in some real particular way, that people can receive a funnel of information for themselves wherever they are.
Yeah.
And personally, what do you want prayer for?
Well, we have an amazing team here at headquarters, at Jews for Jesus headquarters. So I guess just pray for our team. Pray that God would give us unity of one mind, one heart, one vision, one passion for the lost.
Yeah, clarity is not easy, and teamwork is hard, but she's a good one to be leading that team. Thanks for your prayers. Shalom.